Okay, I'm immersed in the early morning sunshine. The smell of coffee, surrounded by the beauty of Yanming Mountain. I love having time to relax like this during breakfast. Living in Taiwan, surrounded by water on all sides, we have such an intimate relationship with the ocean. Although we all enjoy spending time at the beach, we should desire to care for it and protect it. I want to enjoy the beach without polluting it or causing any damage to its fragile ecosystem. Something environmentally friendly. Non-polluting. Aha! Got it! I am Alana. I was born profoundly deaf, but that sure didn't stop me from trying new adventures. I love exploring the great outdoors, braving new activities, and trying delicious vegetarian foods. Through this program, I am learning more and more about cherishing and protecting our Earth. Now, follow me! Hello. I'm Alana.
I'm Mary.
I noticed you have a kayak here.
Yes.
I'm wondering, do you offer kayaking lessons?
Yes, we offer a kayaking program.
I really want to learn how to kayak, so can I start taking classes?
Yeah, you just want to learn how kayaking or make a kayak by yourself.
Me?
Yeah,
I can make a kayak?
why not?
Because we have no experience.
So, may I show you our
Yes,
workshop?
yes,
Okay,
please.
let's go.
Let's go.
Hi, Tommy.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Now we start to make this a small kayak.
Wow.
See this module tool is like this big one.
This is the same as this?
Yeah, so
Wow. You can. Oh, da.
this part we call the gangway of the cano. Okay.
Gano.
Kayak, you must first see the baby. Yeah.
This is called the gunwale,
Yeah,
which is the
gunwale.
side of the kayak. And we're using me body to mark the gunwale so you can personalize it to your own body adjustment.
And then now we must decide the river position. River. When we put on this module, you must decide the depth and the river position. So it's very easy.
Easy? Looking around, I can see there is so much to learn. Kayaks are the predecessors of modern ships. They laid the foundation of our knowledge of shipbuilding. In ancient times, kayaks were the primary mode of water transportation, and they are still the most eco-friendly way to get around on the water. Because we are making a kayak from scratch, we need to make a model of the boat first. Here to explain the kayak model making process, structure, and building techniques are teachers Damu and Eric. Because we have 3 people building it, we were able to complete the entire process in about 3.5 hours.
Then we must learn on the water, the rowing.
So you will be stuck under unless you can turn yourself over.
And we want to show you how to get out the kayak on the water.
In order to get a better understanding of kayaks, Damu and Eric suggested that before we start building it, I have to do something. How on earth do you get intimate with a kayak? buoyant, I'm protected, and I'm ready to kayak. First, I have to learn how to hold an oar. After grasping the oar and holding it at my elbows at a 90-degree angle, I started practicing the basic paddling techniques on the ground. Forward, backward, side to side, change of direction, emergency stop. I can't wait to get in the water and actually try it out. The first thing when I get in, I'm noticing is this is so much wobblier than I expected.
Yeah, like egg and remember, see the center and there's a pedal in the hay. The
This is your body.
Yeah, like this, yes.
You can like chicken.
Wow.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Stop. And two hands. Yes, stop. Yeah, okay. One, two, three. We will stop. Okay. One. Stop. One more. Yeah. Move your kayak like the way. Like this. You must put like this. Okay. We have the rescue. It means the boat rescue. Boat rescue is like the people doesn't need to go out in kayak. We push, and the other kayak will near your side.
Okay.
And your hand will then hold the ball, then push the ball. Kayak and you return. Doesn't need to go out. Push, and okay. Then turn.
I slowly and carefully got into the kayak. It was easier than I thought to rock back and forth. Next, we are going to practice a two-person emergency rescue exercise. In this exercise, one person is in the water, acting as if in need of help, probably me, and the other person is practicing basic life-saving techniques.
Good. Just hold on. Yeah.
Save your life.
You saved her life.
I'm going to be in the swimming pool practicing everything I've been learning. I'm hoping everything comes together smoothly. The teachers keep encouraging me and telling me that it won't be long before I'll get it. Paddling a kayak doesn't seem so difficult to learn, but making my own kayak? Can I actually do that? I'll go here. 2, 1, 2. What if it's too short?
Let's go.
It's okay. I've got two giant gunwales, which are the two main structures to begin making the kayak.
You are correct. Wow. Okay. Just use like this and.
Can you see my muscles growing from this? The side is still longer. Almost. The kayaks are very beautiful but very tricky structure. It's a very beautiful, elegant curve, but it's very hard to make because it keeps popping out. And I'm just hoping I don't break it at some point.
Okay.
好不好？
很好 Good job.
Yeah, we're finished. All right. So now we're going to mark 53 here, and then to draw the line. We have a ruler because we're talking about really, really precise angles. We're doing kind of like a 3D angle almost.
Yes.
With a bunch of different.
Okay, good.
We try to figure it out. It's okay.
I show the D2 here. Push Down.
Wow, perfect.
See?
Okay.
Oh, good.
Good.
Ah! So I'm really proud of what all of us have done because I definitely did not do this myself. One thing I'm surprised about is that every detail takes much longer than you expect because this model that we're building is 6,000 years old, so they didn't have the technology that we have nowadays, so they really had to guess, but it had to be in great detail and very good work, otherwise you would sink. So it's really great work today.
The one rib we
Three U's.
Three U. Okay. V over C, right?
Yes.
C, C.
Yes.
U, U, U.
Yes.
U. Okay.
So you don't really have an exact number of U's, C's, and B's because every kayak is personalized for yourself. So you kind of have to examine it and gauge.
Just water.
Oh,
Two sides have the curve. You must.
did you hear that? I broke. Okay, I haven't broken. I have to. Yeah, this is lower. Oh yeah, I see what you're trying to do. This is a good one. I see the crack.
从这当中，我们不单是为了要训练一个造船者，而是希望通过造船来达到一个生命的一个开启。这是我们我一直以来造舟的一个目标跟动力的前进的方式。
Look at this beauty.
Yeah, beautiful.
Making a kayak is tiring. To encourage me, Damu and Eric took me away from the studio to go out kayaking in a calm river. Outside in the open air, I felt an intimate and peaceful connection to the water. That was enough to inspire me to get back to the workshop and finish my kayak. Now we're making the cockpit, and he's going to show me how to shape the circle, which I will sit in.
Okay, cool.
Is that better?
Yeah, very good.
Awesome.
Yeah, very good.
Look at that. I've got a new design. So look at that.
That's
We've
right.
merged it.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Awesome.
Awesome. Yeah.
Teamwork.
Teamwork is a very good. Nice copy. Beautiful copy. Oh, well done.
You can see now the edges are smoothed out. What's the next step?
Next time we'll make the main brace.
Just gonna mark it.
Right.
Yes.
Maybe five. Yeah, it's perfect.
Good.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wow!
Like this.
Woo! Each kayak in Damu's workshop has a symbol that they can hang on it. And I chose to have a turtle because that is the nickname that all my friends and family give me. Now, I like to think that they give me this nickname because it represents maybe stability, safety, wisdom. Whoa, turtle! Does it look like a turtle? we're putting a turtle together. Look at the little heart shape of the turtle, so cute. As you can see, everyone who participated in making this kayak signed it before we wrap it up. Now we're about to put the skin on. So as you can see, the skin is actually made out of cotton, but it's still going to be okay because we're going to put a waterproof coat on it, so it's really strong, water resistant, and sturdy in the ocean. This week has been getting colder and colder, and as you can see, our clothes are getting bigger and bigger. But today, I am not in the kayak studio. Instead, I am in this cozy cafe with a warm cup of tea because today is our last day finishing up the kayak. And what I'm doing right now is I am finalizing and brainstorming some designs for the kayak before I go to meet with Damu to paint the kayak. A few days ago, Damu and Eric asked me to brainstorm and sketch a design to paint on the kayak. Originally, I was going to use a solid color to express my idea, but after discussing it with them, we decided to use a pattern design. Although patterns can be more difficult to do and take longer, we thought it would make the kayak look far more sharp, unique, and reflect the theme of nature. Here's the thing. I'm not an artist, I'm not a painter, I'm not a professional hand drawer, but that's okay because this kayak is about making it your own and doing something that's personal to you. So my handwriting is definitely not perfect and it's got coffee stains and pencil marks, but I love it anyway. Finally, the day had come to go out kayaking. Last night, I was so excited I couldn't sleep. Because of that, I didn't really eat much this morning. Eric heard me and said it was important to be physically and mentally ready before going out kayaking. He immediately brought me to Yangming Mountain for a delicious breakfast. This is actually my very first time making this bread. So can you tell me a bit about what makes this place unique and special?
Okay, at the beginning they just make it for the fun.
Yeah?
But customer like it, so they serve this food, a special food and local food in the阳明山Mountain.
And I noticed this place has sweet potato and bread. Tell me why they have sweet potato here.
Oh, because the territory for the阳明山Mountain is quite good for the sweet potato, healthy, and can warm your stomach.
But there's something else in here.
Yeah.
This is not just sweet potato. I can smell something else.
Is it?
Is it ginger?
Yes.
Ginger in here?
Yes, you are right.
This small restaurant uses local sweet potatoes and ginger simmered in brown sugar, which gives it a distinctive flavor. When the weather is chilly, it is the perfect comfort food to warm you up. Tradition to crack a bottle over the boat, but because we don't want to pollute the environment, we're just going to open this bottle and celebrate our boat. Follow Alana.
Wow, yeah.
That's so good. As soon as I arrived, I immediately realized that kayaking out in the ocean would not be easy. Although the water was calm and tranquil, kayaking here turned out to be completely different from practicing in the swimming pool. In fact, I was beginning to worry that I wouldn't be able to finish what I had set out to do. Even though kayaking here was tricky, I was lucky to have a great support system. Damu stayed next to me the whole time, constantly reminding me of how to paddle correctly. Eric was in front of me, watching out for waves and giving me a heads up. The other team members were there cheering me on. If I give up now, follow Alana won't be able to paddle out to sea. No way! I will not let everyone lose hope. Go, go, go! You can see that candlestick islet in the background, and right now we're at a place called Secret Beach. Do you know why? Because it's only accessible by boat. Kayak, you can't get here from the land, and it makes me think back all the way to when I first walked into Damu's studio to make the little tiny kayak out of little wood, and now we're here, and I have enormous amount of respect for professional kayakers because do you know what happened when I first got in the kayak? Woo! Right away I tripped over and I realized how hard it is, but at the same time I realized how much fun it is. It's an activity I really enjoy and a new hobby. But one thing I did notice as I'm looking around is this beach, which is a secret beach, and it still has pollution, which is a big problem on this beach because if we want to enjoy these activities like going to the beach, playing, kayaking, surfing, all of these activities, we really as a community have to work to keep these beaches clean, and we can have wonderful, fun beach activities to do.
Come on.
Are you okay? Okay. 对不起，老师。
Wow.
Really try not to break it.
Oh.
This one was easier than Damu's, just like I'm just gonna go for it.
You must wait 30 minutes.
How long? Okay. I glued my fingers and the gloves together. These are not my gloves, these are Damu's gloves.